Danny Williams from Wolfslayer in Wales. So the Wolfslayer is the famous gym from, I forget, up north somewhere, but they have Bisping.
Liverpool.
Liverpool, that's the one.
Liverpool had Bisping, had
Paul
Rampage
Kelly,
Jackson.
Rampage. And the manager of Wolfslayer, he moved over to Wales and opened a new gym. And he's been helping get these guys ready. He's focusing on the Welsh fighters now. And that experience of training Bisping, training Rampage, is going to carry over now and help him get these amateurs up and ready and climb in the ranks like he has done already.
Imagine the confidence you would have knowing that you are coming from a lineage that had top world-class and world champion fighters. You know, Michael Bisping now fighting for the middleweight title of UFC next month against Luke Rockhold. You know, a very big uphill battle for Michael Bisping. But also you had, of course, Rampage Jackson there at the time when he was UFC light heavyweight champion. So there's obviously a lot of pedigree and a lot of esteem and lineage going on there at the Wolfslayer now in Wales for Danny Williams to soak up in this lightweight bout at amateur A-class rules. Headshots on the ground.
Do you think there's something to be said for his cornermen? They don't have the matching t-shirts. They're all quite young. There's no old hand there who with the spit bucket. Don't seem to even have a towel. And, they got a towel. Let's give them some credit. Maybe I'm being mean.
This is something that we've struggled with a lot at Elite TC, as well as that we all came in at the same level, and we didn't really have a leader. And when there's not really a leader or, like you say, an old hand at the gym that everyone bows to, it can become kind of a too many chiefs, not enough Indians kind of situation. But, you know, these can be some of the most scrappy gyms, because all they do is get in there and spar. What are you doing Monday through Friday? Sparring. Could use some technique.
Ashley Walters from Focus Martial Arts in Chelmsford, and this is a Muay Thai gym. And what I like to do is look at the gyms that are fighting on the show. We've got a few debut athletes, and Focus MMA, they only have striking on their timetable. Or Focus Martial Arts, they only have Muay Thai and some kickboxing styles, but on the actual gym timetable, no MMA or grappling.
Well, so I guess you should just focus on what you're good at.
This is very true, or maybe he's cross-training at other gyms and working on his grappling somewhere else.
Could be. Well, we're definitely going to find out what his abilities are, and it seems that Danny Williams is ready to throw down, throw knees, move around. He's bouncing around the cage, looking, you know, like a striker. So, very good possibility that Ashley Walters will get what he wants. Focus MMA, Muay Thai gym. Going to be some great kicking and hand combinations going on in this fight just momentarily. Those of you watching at home on Go Fight Live, GFL.tv, I want to give you a big shout out. Remember to get us on the text, hashtag MMA Battle Arena 39. It's going to be a phenomenal fight coming up here. And just to let you know that we do have later on a British title and 2 European titles that will be up for grabs, probably starting about 9 p.m. today. So make sure that you get some pizza ordered or some good old takeaway, because it's going to be a great night of fights.
And if you'd like to listen to a little catch-up, myself, I have a podcast, Slaphead and Giraffe. If you go to slapheadandgiraffe.com, subscribe to the podcast, and after every battle arena, we have a little catch-up, a little talk through the card, talk about the highlights. You can find out what fight of the night was, and fighter of the night. No prizes, though. Danny Williams has done more shadow boxing in that ring than I've seen in a long time.
69.3 kilograms. Fighting out of Focus Martial Arts, Ashley Walters.
Ashley Walters with calm determination on his face.
I'd say he's focused.
Yeah, very much so. Danny Williams, like you said, he's been moving around. But one thing I've noticed about his Shadow Slayer MMA style.
You know, if I was Danny Williams, I'd be looking to get this fight to the floor fairly quickly.
He throws a big head kick there, swinging head kick that he telegraphed a little bit. He's got his hands moving around, doing a lot of checking for him, as Danny Williams, but he eats a right hand for his troubles.
I'm very impressed by Ashley's guard. He's very tight, just slipping beautifully, checking kicks really well, throwing combinations as a counter. He's looking very sharp.
And Danny Williams moving around with all that.
Spinning hook kick, but Ashley saw it coming a mile away and just leaned back off of it.
And you're seeing which fighter is using a lot of energy for their punches and which one's keeping it nice and tight. And there you go. Ashley Walters capitalizing as Williams comes in. Long jab there from Walters. He's got two big right hands very quickly in those uppercuts. We got a little bit of blood trickling from Williams' nose right now.
I think we're seeing Danny Williams throwing some real big power, and Ashley Walters just trying to keep it a little bit more technical, pick his shots.
Ashley Walters, like you said, very composed. Williams yeah, Williams is very much
Telegraphing
telegraphing.
So much telegraphing. Ashley Walters picking nice inside box in there, landed about 3 in a row.
Everything is crisp right now from Walters, very crisp, even those hooks. But Williams comes in throwing a very strong jab.
I think Ashley Walters got to be careful though. Williams is throwing so much power every shot. He's trying to win this fight.
And Walters has got those double underhooks. Williams is able to fight in for his own underhook, and now we're in an over-under position. Williams sticking Walters to the cage for momentarily. Walters able to reverse it and throw a big knee down the middle. Fighting to gain position. Those knees are painful. There we go.
Both
Another one.
throwing knees are fighting for those underhooks. Trying to control the position, but Danny Williams seems to have a little bit more power. He's able to hold Ashley Walters against the cage. He's landing some big knees to those legs. Oh, great counter knee off the cage though by Ashley Walters.
Yeah, those knees to the body and to the legs, they kill, especially as you enter into the later rounds. But it looks like neither of these fighters has the intention of allowing this fight to go on any longer than it has to.
Danny Williams just pressing Ashley Walters against the cage, landing some knees. Ashley Walters doing a really good job of throwing knees off the cage. Just sometimes you don't really see, but he's still getting his hips behind it. Can generate a lot of power in a short distance.
Now he breaks away.
I think Danny Williams is just telegraphing every shot. He did land a nice left hook there, but
just a little bit more crispness in Williams' technique will really help him out, because he's throwing very well. He's throwing with reckless abandon, which is excellent when what you want to see in an amateur fighter. Now he's got a bit of that side control. If he pinches his knees together, he could possibly take Walters down.
Well, he's trying to jump on his back. I think from that position against the cage, it was a risky idea. He's throwing those bombs, working the body as well, but every time, doesn't matter if he's got his back against the cage, Ashley Walters comes back with great counters.
Ashley Walters was very, very crisp, very composed. Danny Williams almost had his back there for a moment. He went for kind of a full Nelson position, which unfortunately isn't really going to help you to take the back. Not in this kind of a context anyway.
I think jumping on someone's back is a risky move. If you're really setting it up and you're climbing them carefully, it can be effective, but in that position where Ashley Walters had his back against the cage, he wasn't really behind him enough to do the jump on the back, and it was possibly a mistake, and he should have been looking. It's a really nice position to get a takedown, and he lost it because he was trying something, low percentage.
Yeah, Ashley Walters is getting some good instruction there from his corner, telling him to calm down, stay focused. Whereas Danny Williams, they're going to just let him out of the gate again. He's like a bulldog. You got to keep him on the lead the whole entire time. They got to bring you out with a spiked collar next time, Danny Williams, because you're just ready to throw down the whole entire time. He's got a look of determination. He's looking straight through his opponent right now as Danny Williams. Ashley Walters having none of it. He's just composed, looking to land crisp strikes.
Danny Williams great jab there from Ashley Walters. Danny Williams just loading up way too much. He's just giving it the game away every time. He can just do some setup shots and then throw those power bombs. Whereas Ashley Walters is picking his shots, moving well. He's got really nice footwork. With lateral movement side to side.
There we go, and that's exactly what I would have been saying to Ashley Walters, would be to use those leg kicks to set up the hands a little bit more, because he can chop down the power of Danny Williams by just a few really well-timed and well-placed leg kicks and moving off laterally, which is what he seems to be good at. He's also great fighting inside with those double underhooks, is Ashley Walters. Danny Williams still looking to impose his will, looking to use that strength advantage that he seems to have against the cage, pushing in against Walters, which possibly led for him winning that first round in the judges' eyes.
Ashley Walters doing a great job of reversing the position. Now he's pressing Danny Williams against the fence, and Danny Williams, very athletic guy. Oh, great knee, really well timed that on the break.
Really good head position from both fighters up against the clinch in the fence. If you have your head just under the chin of your opponent, they can't.
Nicely timed, little ankle pick there.
And now we're seeing Walters a little bit out of his depth here now on the ground. But Ashley Williams just happy to let him back up and throw some punches in the meantime. I really would have rather have seen Danny Williams try to capitalize there right after that takedown. It just seemed to be a bit too easy for him there.
Yeah, I think it was a mistake letting Ashley Walters get back to his feet quite so easily. He did take a few shots on the way up to his feet, but he's looking for another takedown.
And you saw the power with which Danny Williams was able to throw him back into the fence. It's evident that Ashley Walters is just not the better wrestler, not the better grappler here. This is Danny Williams' territory.
I'm interested to see what Ashley Walters does from here, and immediately goes to turtle and gives off his back, and that's a bit of a no-no in MMA, but only do it if you're going to use it to stand up, and that's exactly what he's doing, but he's taking some heavy shots as he stands.
Danny Williams is capitalizing on all these small mistakes by Ashley Walters. Just a little bit of inexperience maybe when it comes to the grapple.
Another takedown.
That's 3 in a row right now.
He's putting his stamp on this round. I give the advantage slightly to Ashley Walters in the stand-up, but Danny Williams is using a little bit more power, a little bit more aggression in this grappling, and it's making the difference.
Yeah, MMA really is a 360-degree sport. It's up, it's down, it's all over on the ground. And if you do not have at least a basic knowledge like we've been talking about, you're going to get your back taken, and you're going to get strangled.
He's trying to sink in that choke, but Ashley Walters doing a pretty good job defending, and he might finish this round on top. There's a little mistake there from Danny Williams. He slipped off the back.
Yep, Ashley Walters finishes on top. He's able to land a few shots there. He can pass as well. Not long enough to do any significant damage. Ashley Walters has got to come up with a strategy to keep this standing. I know I said earlier I'd like to see him land a few more leg kicks, but leg kicks are just going to give the opportunity to be grabbed and go into the takedown. If you catch a leg kick, you can take somebody down easily. So look for Ashley Walters to be establishing that jab nice and crisp and landing a right hand on the back of it. Danny Williams, keep doing what you're doing, man. Throw him around, bully him. I like that schoolyard bully approach. Throw bombs, clinch, whatever happens, happens.
It was interesting that Danny Williams rushed for that back take, rushed for that choke, and ended up on the bottom. He needs to be a little bit more patient, and that bullying approach is working really well on his takedowns, and he's getting very aggressive, but just he's got to be careful he doesn't get caught with a little short right that's going to give him trouble, or that he doesn't give up position, trying to get chokes and submissions where they're not quite there.
Yeah, position, 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 everything. Lock down your position.
That's what she said.
There we go, spinning kick to start off with from Danny Williams there. He's obviously not got the memo that he shouldn't be telegraphing things. He's just smashing things apart in here.
This is a great strategy. He won the last round with his takedowns, his top control, and he's trying to replicate it now in round 3.
Got a big takedown there, smashing through the guard again of Ashley Walters is Danny Williams. Danny Williams looking to pass, and he does. Might be looking to set in some grapevines maybe, which I would like to see. A little bit of jiu-jitsu technique there.
Well, a nice little half-guard recovery there from Ashley Walters, and that's difficult to do when your head's against the fence and you're on the awkward position. Oh, and he's got on top.
He reverses it. Half guard is half the battle, it seems, for our man Ashley Walters as he ends up on top, but
he's
in a
in
guillotine position.
And he's not doing the smart thing to defend.
He's not wrapping around the head, which is what he should be doing with his right arm. He taps.
Tap to a one-arm guillotine. A not very good positioned one-arm guillotine. I think it was a little bit sketchy, that guillotine, and a little bit more technique, and he wouldn't have been caught in it, but obviously pretty tight. I think he's struggling back to his feet. But great contest, and I think Danny Williams seems to great result for him. He's got power, he's got some great takedowns, he's got some great jiu-jitsu. It's just his little bit more patient, a little bit more technical, not loading up his shots, not giving them away. And for Ashley Walters, great striking, just a little bit work on the wrestling and a little bit work on the ground, and you could see a really different result.
A little further in MMA. It's really sad to be giving up positions just based upon your lack of knowledge. But as that police officer told me that one time, ignorance is no excuse.
You're giving away too much, Steve. Cast him with that beautiful mustache.
Yep, an excellent suit. And here we go for our official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have your winner by guillotine, 54 seconds into the 3rd round. Your winner from the red corner, Danny Williams. And please make Danny Walton. So Danny, good performance.
Try. That's all you can do.
That is all you can do, that's right. So some nice kicks when you first came out. Is that sort of your background, that type of karate sort of style?
I like the way it looks, yeah. I mean, it's exciting, isn't it?
That's it, just exciting.
I enjoy doing them.
What kind of background do you normally come from then?
They're a fantastic boxing coach, over Kelly. That's where it all started. He put my hands in the right place. You know, showed me the way. Thinking down there, let's see if I can from the start.
And then it was a guillotine that you finally finished with, so you obviously work on your submissions as well.
We try, yeah. We're building a strong team back in North Wales. MFA, Kelly, open. For the last 6 months, but we're getting there step by step.
Cool, well it was a good performance and a great win for you, buddy. So congratulations, one more time for your winner, Danny Williams.